Greetings to learners. This is the part 2 of Brides Are Not for Burning by Dina Mehta. In part 1, we discussed the introduction, characters, and about the acts and the scenes. In part 2, we are going to see the theme of the play. Outline story of Brides Are Not for Burning. It's written in the style of Bernard Shaw's problem plays. Its central problem is the killing of a woman called Lakshmi by her in-laws. Malini, Lakshmi's sister, suspects in-laws killed her for dowry. Anil, Lakshmi's brother, suspects the same. Malini falls in love with Sanjay, but he married a rich girl. Anil suspects Malini's activities with an aggrieved political group. Malini calls Lakshmi's mother-in-law a murderess who killed or driven Lakshmi to death. The mystery remains unresolved. Theme of the play. Dina Mehta's Brides Are Not for Burning is about the bride who has been immolated to death by the suspected mother-in-law, husband and in-laws for a petty dowry that the deceased has brought from her parental home after her marriage. In the play, Lakshmi has been portrayed as a bride who has been burnt alive for a mere dowry that she has brought to Vinod, her husband's family. She has been brought up in a middle class family. She has been named after the goddess of wealth, Lakshmi, by her father, who had been a government official and who had not been used to corruption. When Lakshmi had to marry Vinod, it was expected that she would bring $12 of gold, 200 rupees, and utensils of steel and saris of silk. So, Malini, her sister, suspect that such great expectation would have driven Lakshmi's in-laws to make Lakshmi burn alive. From the beginning of the play itself, Malini repeatedly asserted to Anil that Lakshmi had been burnt alive by her in-laws for her dowry. Malini interrogates Tarla and Kalu and comes to understand that Lakshmi had been driven to burn to death by her mother-in-law because of his barrenness too. Malini is very much sure that Lakshmi had been burned alive for no reason of her own. Even she has not decided her own marriage, it has been executed by her father. She thinks of various ways to solve the puzzle who might have been instrumental in driving the bride to burn alive, but in the end she accuses Lakshmi's mother-in-law. In the beginning of the play, she is presented as a woman interrogating reasons for her sister's death to her brother Anil. She is a confident girl who confidently says to Anil that Vinod and her family had driven Lakshmi to burn alive. She suspects Vinod mother's Lakshmi mother-in-law. She says that she would definitely investigate and understand who would be responsible for the killing of her sister, Lakshmi. So she is ridiculed by Anil as another Portia. Malini also thinks about the welfare of the family. She cares and nourishes her father. She has not told anything about Lakshmi and her death in detail to her father. Even she tried to hide the news in the newspaper from him and takes her father's conversation about Lakshmi to another side of the issue. She remains such a benign lady to the welfare of the elders. Malini is a lovable character who is subjected to passion and lust. She loved by Roy. It is revealed by Roy when Malini discloses her love for Sanjay to him. Roy, in anger, accuses her and tells her that Sanjay will not marry her. She loves Sanjay genuinely, but when she comes to know that Sanjay has to marry the choice of his father, she is shattered and broken. However, in the end of Act 1, she yields to the passion and lust of Sanjay and allows him to undress her. Malini is involved with the aggrieved political group. It is revealed by Palkar to Anil. They are unemployed or poorly employed students who have a radical ideology. After the Palkar leaves, Anil unlocks Malini's trunk and takes out three pistols and a shotgun. However, Malini remains a courageous woman. In the end of the play, she directly accuses Lakshmi's mother-in-law that Lakshmi had been driven to kill herself. She says they drove her to eat the vicious old woman and her nasty impotent son. She comes to the realization that brides will not stop burning. Now let's come to the simple assessment. Can you try to answer these questions? Brides Are Not for Burning is in Das Ads. It is awarded on International Award from the Dash.